Hey guys. Hi.
Hello.
Hey guys.
How's we doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad at all.
Cool. So, everybody who is listening or watching, my name's Michael Angus. I'll let these guys introduce themselves. Who wants to go first?
My name's Ben Taylor, so yeah.
My name is Connor Skivington.
No.
And my name is Tom Ford.
Yeah, and together we are JLS. No, this is our podcast. Join the podcast, and maybe wondering, Michael. First of all, why have you got your name Tommy Wiseau? I will come to that. But secondly, why is it called Join the Podcast? Well, I'll answer you. All right, get off my case. Seriously, it's not fun. So we this is called Join the Podcast because a couple of us, 3/4 of us, even, were in a series called Join the Call, and yes, Connor was in it.
Oh, so
He's got a drawing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who wasn't Connor actually asked for that. So yeah. Yeah, cool times. And so thought that might be a good idea. Tom has also done something with me, and Connor was in that too, which was fun. Yeah, so check them all out, yeah, guys, since you're listening, but not right now because we've got things to talk about, haven't we? So yeah, we're all actors. That's our theme generally, and Ben's done a lot of good, great musical stuff. Even would you like to
a lot of great stuff I've done.
Would you like to talk about some of those, since we might as well?
Well, two musicals I've done with Carlow College included Grease and Rock of Ages.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they were really good musicals. I really enjoyed both of them.
Yeah, and also you are an incredible Audrey too, in Little Shop of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
Which Connor was also in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that Ben was like the life of Little Shop of Horrors because his voice I think just really blew the audience away.
Yeah,
and Connor was in that production of Little Shop of Horrors as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
He was very good as well, I've got to say.
Yeah,
as an audience member, as an audience participant. Yeah.
And you enjoyed every single bit of it, Michael.
Hell yeah! I've still got the flyer for it. Like the it's upstairs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I've got a little theatre folder with like all different things. I haven't really been in any musicals since I was in primary school. I was the last one I was in was Joseph and his Amazing Technical Dreamcoat as the baker. And
Still
he died.
Jealous because of that musical.
It was fun actually. Yeah. My hat kept on falling up, but yeah. But I've done a couple of theatre bits. I was in a Low Alone as Lieutenant Gruber.
Yeah.
The gay Nazi, basically. That was fun.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to get back into theatre. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely. I bet we all are.
I think we all are.
Me and Connor have something to look forward to. Because
indeed,
we were on the telly box in Innocent Series 2 coming soon. I don't know when. We were Yeah, we were walk-on roles. Yes, that
Yeah,
is
where
what
we
they're
were the
called.
visitors guide.
Pizza, pizza. I'll come back to that pizza. I'm gonna leave that just there. Yeah. Maybe later. Yeah. The pizza fairy, everybody. And
Pizza.
yeah. So Tom, hello.
Oh,
So, would you like to talk about some of your acting things?
oh God, where the hell do I even start? Now that is a good question.
Yummy.
I'll be back with you in just 2 minutes. I've just been called for something. One moment, please.
No problem at all.
Okay.
On line
No
one.
problem.
Um,
No problem.
so yeah, the theme that we all very much have is that we are actors, and well, you know what? Let's go through. Ben, how did you get the acting bug? Where did it come from?
Well, I think it started. You know, back when I was in. Well, I know the main aim. I started off in this theatre group called Helen O'Grady before I wanted to move on to I wanted to do like a musical theatre and acting and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's when I went to Carlisle College, met you,
Yes.
of course, my man,
Hell yeah!
man, and
Thank God we both went there.
I know, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Can't
But
imagine things without you, my man.
I'll say, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the past years, I've had a lot of experience in acting, in the acting side. Inside, did a few performances and everything, and yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you have. You certainly have.
Mm.
More than me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Connor, how about
Mhm.
you? How did you get the acting buggeth of life?
Oh, honestly, I think as early as I can remember, acting was maybe something that was always in the back of my mind because I was imitating my favorite cartoon or film TV characters for as
I
long as
did
I
a
could.
lot of that too, yeah.
Yeah, but I think everyone does that. But the thing is, that I was asked repeatedly if I'd be an actor, and now I actually wish I had maybe taken it more seriously as a child. But I did do some small bits of acting. There was in primary 7 in primary school, I was in a musical, the Rocky Monster Show, was it, or Rocky Horror Show? And
Wait, hang on. You did the Rocky Horror Show when you were in primary?
Yeah, actually, it's, I can't remember for sure the name of the show. I think I've still actually got the script even of it from primary 7.
I'm just imagining like a kid dancing to Sweet Transvestite.
Oh right, no, it wasn't that one. No, it's not that one. It was a different one. It was definitely the Rocky Horror Show or something, and it was different than that. And the characters were all different and stuff. I was playing just a villager, and I only had like one song, which was a group song. And
I get your corner.
But still, it was actually a lot of fun. And then I did do maybe some stuff in a small drama group up in West Lothian, Scotland for a little while. But then after that, I was kind of never back in the area of acting until I'd left school completely and gone on to college, because then I went to a youth drama group in Bathgate, West Lothian for several years. And in July 2017, we went to do a performance at the Gaiety Theatre together with other youth groups, and that was a great experience. And then it's not long after that I moved down to Carlisle, and for the last several years I've done amateur theatre productions, some of which with both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time I met you, Connor, it was at the
Green Room Theatre for the
Green Room, the Green Room
17 panto. Yeah, I remember. I still remember that.
Great place in Carlisle for a bit of theatre.
Yeah, great place.
It is. Yeah.
So, Thomas, Thomas,
Hello.
let down your hair. No. So where did you get the bug of acting?
Well, it's very bizarre as it is. God, this is gonna be one hell of a long story. But so I pretty much I first started out doing school plays when I was back at it was when I was in secondary school, and that was down in Southampton. And then during that time, I used to watch a lot of cartoons, and I used to pretty much listen to old timey cartoons. So I'd listen to voices such as like the Looney Tunes. I used to watch a lot of that, and that was like my main starting base for imitational voices. And it wasn't until later on, when I had hit 16, I started out as a backstage guy that pretty much just set up the stage and then just let the actors and the amateur dramatic lot work with the scenery and whatnot. But it wasn't my first official role. Was in pantomime actually, and the first official role that I was given was God, this is long ago now. I feel like as if I'm old and I'm passing on wisdom. So I pretty much the first ever role I was given, it was Queen Fat Lips, and that was the dame throughout the entire piece. Yeah, they used to put me in. It was very strange costumes that I had, and I used to have green hair that matched with this this green type like t-shirt type dress thing that was polka dotted, and it had green hair to go with it. And anyways, it wasn't until I'd gone through all those years, and then I officially left and I went to college down in Salisbury, which was a lovely little place that I worked at, that I started off at.
All right.
And I did the first ever multi-role where I pretty much had to be several different characters at once. It was in Bertolt Brecht's Caucasian Chalk Circle.
Okay.
And I multi-rolled in that for a bit, and then I finished college and then took a 3-year gap. And then after that, I pretty much just gathered all my grades together from what I've got from schooling and from college itself. And then I put those forward. And I did 2 auditions for the University of Cumbria, which is where I'm now studying at. I'm in my second year. And this year has been quite strange to doing performances, because we've all had to adapt. Well, we've pretty much we did our first dance show of the year, which was in 2020. Right. And we pretty much did that, but we all did it in like boxes, and we were pretty much distanced from everyone, so it kind of worked that way.
Yeah.
And I've just finished doing the drama project, which will be coming soon at some point, depending on how long it runs for, or when we get the link for it to share and whatnots. I also did the musical as well, but the musical was different because we had to film that in landscape and use laptops and phones and stuff. So it was a nightmare on getting the right angle. But the musical that I did with the university, it was called Clocking Out.
Oh, was that the original one that you did?
So so practically it was an original musical written by Ryan Hanlon, who's a really lovely chap that I got to work with. And he had previously had it performed, I think it was 2018 or something that it said on the video. But so pretty much when we brought this, we kind of had to change it into a way of making it as if it's in modern times, which is what we're in now, where we're all on screens and having to talk to one another.
Yeah.
And it was bizarre because I've never sang a song. Well, this is the thing, because I got introduced to singing a newly written piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being presented with a solo piece for my character, it was a little bit off the charts for me because of the fact that I was excited to do it, but at the same time, it was more or less questioning, sort of going, well, am I singing this in the right key?
Mm.
Am I doing this properly? And the other questions that you kind of think about is more along the lines of, have I done this successfully, or is this just another one that's just fallen into the pan?
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to work with what you've got, and I'm hoping that it turns out all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just a brief history of me in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
that was good. So mine, basically my how I got into it was watching TV, Doctor Who. About 2005, episode 1, I was hooked, and then
Yeah.
I wasn't really into the acting thing then, but it was the year when David Tennant was the one who got me into it. Like that was
Yeah.
just like number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you know,
then-
ironic. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting. I was going to say, ironically, the theatre that I was at, like him, he might have been the patron of that theatre that I was at in West Lothian. David Tennant is not, but he might have been if he.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
actually, Bathgate, West Lothian was where he was born.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, so I just sort of studied people's work on TV just over time, and I feel like the best way to learn acting is to watch somebody and
Absolutely.
sort of learn
Yeah,
sort
exactly.
of the mannerisms and sort of go into more sort of emotional levels. And I've also written a hell of a lot, and I always put that sort of element of acting in there because yeah, so my experiences in acting I very much put into there and sort of make these real characters. But yeah, that is pretty much me in the summary really. And went to College, of course, and yeah,
From the
you got
college, we got
Ben.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got me, man. So
So yeah, I've just realised how little time we have because of Zoom being annoying. So yeah, I don't mind doing a part 2 after this though. But yeah, guilty pleasure things. I'll tell you mine. I will tell you mine. It's a film called The Room, right? And it is the shittest movie of all time, but you can't help but love it. It's yeah, it's this guy who wrote, starred in it, directed it, and he played a character. The actor's name is Tommy Wiseau. That's why I've got his name up, and he plays a character called Johnny, and it just gets very strange. It doesn't really make much sense. They just randomly play football every now and then. There's a scene where literally the grandma says like once that she has breast cancer and then it never comes up again. It's bizarre, and it's all because of this one guy who made the film, and it became a cult classic because it is so bad and so laughable. But he really wanted it to be like a serious film, and it's insane. It really is, and I can't help but love it though, just because of how just ridiculous it is. But yeah, who else has one? Who else has got a guilty pleasure film which they sort of would never tell anybody otherwise? Connor, I feel like you have one.
Well, I have a lot of them, but actually, the one I'm actually thinking of now is one that I've not told. I don't know if I told them about the film, but there was like the book for it. So I would say maybe my guilty pleasure film, I would probably choose Struck by Lightning, which was a book written by Chris Colfer, who Ben, you'll also know best for playing the character of Kurt Hummel on Glee. So interestingly,
yeah.
Okay, I know that guy,
yeah. So just 1 second. So last time I went to Florida, which was 2017 Easter time, I bought the book here. This is, as you'll see,
All right.
Joyce's book, and that's him on the bottom, his character.
Ah.
So originally it's a book. It's like it's like a journal, and but then it was made into a film, which he stars in as the main actor, the character in the book, and he even was the executive producer for it as well. So like really multi-talented and multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
His talent and all. So basically, it's a story about like him playing an aspiring journalist student, Carson Phillips, at Clover High School. And basically, he doesn't have many friends. He's like the outcast in his school, whereas like everybody's else like barely notices him or gives him the time of day. And he goes head to head with all the popular kids in school who. All of whom, like, they're popular now in school, but then when they go out of school, it's their senior year, they're going to be out of school soon, and it's like they don't know what they're going to do with their lives or who they want to be. But he's got it all mapped out. So there's like the thing, really.
That's very relatable.
Yes, but he's also, shall we say, he's also like the wise guru, because he's always like giving out advice or saying things that really. Even though they just like don't like him or care about him much, they hear a lot of what he says, and in a way, and it's actually not until spoiler alert, like it's called Struck by Lightning, because toward the end of the story he ends up getting hit by lightning and he loses his life. Yeah, but there's also like deleted scenes from like the movie where like they all go up and share their memories of him, like everything that he says and how it impacted how they see life and themselves as people.
Right. So,
yeah.
So what makes this film a guilty pleasure for you?
Well, I think what makes it a guilty pleasure really is like, well, for one thing, since I saw him in Glee and like finding out more about his, and he's not done too much more acting other than this that he wrote and made into film himself. Like Chris Koff was like just a huge inspiration for me because I relate an awful lot to some of his aspirations, like acting and writing, are things that I relate to a lot and doing my time and maybe want to do with my life in the future, career-wise, both. But also I think because it's really realistic, like when you maybe watch it, the film, or read the book regardless, like you just think about it takes you back to secondary school or high school in his case, and you just think about all the choices that you made and maybe all the things that happened, like because all the time I think when you watch films like about high school, you just think about how everything seems possible or everything's like so much fun, and the closer you get to the end of high school and life, it's then like what's going to happen to me then, really. But he said never got to follow his passion and dreams, but I just think that
Matt,
that's a lot of the
because
things
of the fact that it's less than a minute, so I'm gonna stop it for now.